Good evening, everyone. All right. A little late for this live, but I have a lot of other stuff to do tomorrow, so I know I probably won't be able to do it tomorrow. So I'm going to go ahead and do it tonight. All right. Hold on. Let's see. How is everyone? So I am cross posting this to multiple locations tonight. Normally it would be a live just on the Honesty Speaking channel, but I am cross posting this because it is something that's trending. It's something when I talked about it this morning, I got inboxes about it. Just had someone post in my group, did they miss the live? So I am cross posting this to several locations, well, to both YouTube channels, and I'm going to it's on Facebook right now. The live on Facebook will delete, so you'll have to go to one of the YouTube channels to watch the playback of it, but you can watch it live now, okay? All right, let's see. All right. She says, I didn't think you would do this. So this isn't new to me. The first time I did one of these was actually about 7 or 8 years ago. So this file really is not new. It's a very old file that most people are using. I used that particular file for a really long time. It bugged me. I talked about it this morning. It bugged me to no end that the top of the way that it was made was kind of like a non-traditional snapback or ball cap, because it had the flat piece. Now if you want that one because you prefer to have the flat piece in the front, you're going to get that from svgcuts.com. They have that file. I changed mine, and so the way I did mine, those little splits were getting on my nerves. So I had to redo my file, so I got rid of that. I switched mine around to where it's like a traditional ball cap, and it has the seam in the front and the opening on the in between the two panels. So mine is a little bit different in how it is set up. Mine also includes the inlay pieces in case you want to cover up the inside or do print and cuts and things like that for the outside. It's already set up for that. Also to cover all of the pieces on the inside. Mine comes with all of that. And it is on the website right now. I know you guys cannot. You guys act like you're new to my channel. The what's this thing called? Stays up for a while. Hi, Huns. Now let me tell y'all. When I tell y'all, the queen of being able to knock these issues out, she did these last year with all of her Father's Day offerings, and she had the cigar pouch and some awesome shirts and stuff like that. She had so many of these things to do. I'm surprised that she's even wanting to do them this year, but I saw some of hers. They are amazing. She does combine print and cut with it, and she'll put prints and stuff on the front. But my girl does her thing on these caps. I think she was one of the first ones that tried to really make it look authentic as well, because she put the sticker, the black and gold sticker that she did print cuts. I see a lot of people doing it now, but I must say she was one of the first people that I saw do that last year, and then it became a trend to do that. I know I just saw My girl from Miami, from Star, she has, because like the dolphin one, we have the new era or air, whatever that one is, and she put that logo on the side. So you really can customize them to look like the actual ball caps. And that was one of the things that was really just bugging me, in the fact of, we were doing all these things to make them look authentic, but the seam was in the wrong spot. It does make it harder to put a logo on there. I like to pop dot mine. You're gonna see how the heat one that I have, like, well, it's not really, I'm gonna end up redoing that one. But I just did a little quick print and cut so I can show you how it's pop dotted. It doesn't lay flat, but it adds to the whole 3D feel of it, because you can't make it flat when you're doing it the traditional way. So that's what I'm going to show you guys tonight. All right. Oh, hush up. Yes, guys, it's always my screen. I have to give the notification time to come up. For people, I share it out. I want you guys to share it out. So I leave the screen up for a few minutes so that, we can come in. This is a live broadcast. It's not a pre-recorded to where, we just get right into it. I have to wait for my audience. All right. So make sure that you guys are sharing it out. All right. Yep. Not new at all, because she killed the game last year. And I know it's a little bit late, but it was a busy day. I'm going to show you guys. I was looking for the one that I did, and I had popcorn. I made one. It was when the Heat was in the playoffs, and it was like the first year that they did like all white, and I made one, and me and MJ ate popcorn out of it. I cannot find that picture for anything in this world. I went through both of my Facebook accounts looking for that picture. I can't find it at all. But I know it's somewhere, because I made it, and me and MJ were eating popcorn out of it. It was when they and see, I see the championship, but I don't see the hat file. But I'm going to pull up my Instagram for you guys in just a moment, because I've used this in so many ways. It's kind of crazy. Let me find, hold on one second, guys. I'm trying to pull up my Instagram so I can show you. If you watched me this morning, you saw that picture of how I used it for an event. I'm going to try and pull this over here. And let's just take that off real quick. And I got to find that picture first. And I'm going to share my screen once I find the picture. Well, let's go ahead and just share my screen now. And we can kind of scroll through a little bit of the madness that is here. You can see we have those pieces over there ready to go. Let's hide this and scroll on down to find this ball cap. It's way back, because I did, like I said, the first time I did it was like in this particular image was in 2014, but the first time I did it, I want to say it was 2013, when the Heat were, I'm not sure if that was finals or playoffs when I made that. So here's one that I had to do, and I'm so mad. I didn't even have the stand that I made to go with this, but you can see, I mean, it still looks good. It looks like a ball cap. They do make caps that are like this. There are some that are but the traditional one, it's more so to the front, but I have done this along with the shoe as well. I've actually modified this shoe quite a bit, because I hated this part here, how it's open. So I actually made this shoe to where it's closed. But there's one of them, and then the other one. So there's some more that were on a table doing like the little print and cut for the front part. I forgot, there was treats or something in there as well. But the one that I love, I made a lamp out of it. So I saw these lamps in Target, and I wanted to kind of recreate them, but still be different. So I used that file, and it became the base of this kind of like DIY faux lamp. Of course, there's no light in it. It was just a centerpiece. So it became the base of that. So I thought that was pretty cool. And you can see August 2014. And that wasn't the first one that I made. And this was actually regular white cardstock, and it was spray painted along with so that it can match the color. So this wasn't even done with colored cardstock. It was done with white cardstock, and then I spray painted it. And there's a close-up picture of it. So yeah, these are definitely not new, but the way that I do them now is a bit different because that drove me crazy to no end that it was technically made incorrectly. My husband has a lot of hats, a lot of hats, and none of them are like that. So yeah. Are you using it this year? I was just telling someone about it. I was like, that was the coolest freaking idea. So it was like a tag team effort. She's a beast at these. A beast. Let me see if I can find I'm gonna find those pictures. Like I saw the one she did that has the print and cuts and stuff on it. All right. So we are going to, I'm gonna go, well, you're gonna see for now the table, but I need to go into Silhouette Studio just so that I can show you how to resize it. And this one that I have up, actually, I've already moved everything around on this one. So let's go back over here. All right. So this one is pretty much a smaller size. I have this, and if you purchase the file, how it is made to fit. So like this actually comes grouped together. Let me open up the actual one. So let's go, dang it, I wanted to, all right, let's see, file, open recent, 3D ball, SA, ball cap, SVG. So let's just open up the SVG version. There we go. All right. The way that this, oh, why are you over there? Ungroup. Oh, crap. All right, let's just regroup this back together. Didn't know that that little piece was over there, so it's grouped with it. So we're going to group this one. We're going to group this one, group this one, and then group this. And also group here and group here. So the way that I have mine kind of set up, it is made, they're originally set up to fit on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. So this is a box that's a little under, if you do it this way, it's a little under 6 inches. How you can tell how big your box will be is by this piece right here, because that's like the bulk of it. So I'm going to ungroup this. This right here pretty much tells you how wide your box is. So this is actually a little under 6 inches. So it's 5.835 is the width. Well, better to kind of go by the shorter side. So 5.053. So it's about 5 inches, So you can get the file from SVG Cuts. The traditional file with the flat front is on SVG Cuts. I do have the file on my website, the one that I'm going to use tonight. It is, like I said, a more traditional, like I consider it to be a more traditional style. So I have this one on my website. The link is in the description. I'm also going to put it in the comments. But SVG Cuts does have the one that's the flat front to it. They have that on their site. Yes, so the file that I have it as an SVG and as a Silhouette file. I actually combined, yeah, they're both combined on there. So if you purchase the file, Team 365, so my files are $3.65, you will get the SVG file and the Silhouette version of the file, okay? Which technically this should fall under templates, but I put it on there as a digital file. It's not really considered a digital file, it's considered a template, but I put it as a 365 file, okay? So this kind of tells you, like I said, this kind of tells you the size. So if you're wanting to resize it, I'm going to show you guys how to resize this. If you want to use it as is, you want to practice it, the smaller one, you're going to click on the section, and then at the top, you just center to page. So, well, first, let's go over to our design page. You're going to set it for 8.5 by 11. Let me turn my machine to Cameo, my mat to my 12 by 12 mat, 8.5 by 11 paper. So you can put it on there and be ready to cut this out, okay? And then click on the next one, center to page. It's set up that way. Now, if you want to resize it, you must resize everything together, okay? You must resize everything together in order for them to like line up properly. And then you have to decide how big is it that you want it to be. When you're resizing, one of the key things to go by is going to be your base, because that needs to be cut whole. So you can, if you're going to do, let's say like 12 by 12 cardstock, right? So there's a 12 by 12. And you want to max this out as big as you can get on a 12 by 12. All of these smaller pieces, you're going to be able to really blow them up, but your base is going to be a lot smaller. So if you're wanting it to be from like a pattern cardstock, a glitter cardstock, whatever you're going to put on the bottom, you need to size this up based off of the base piece first. Like so, well, not first, but that's what you need to size it up to. So I'm going to bring this down like this, and we're going to just kind of position it. And I went too small. Let's make it a little bit bigger. All right, so let's say there, maybe even a little bit bigger, right? So this would be your max size for a 12 by 12, because you have to account for your base. Now you're going to have to do some, rearranging of it to fit on there now. So now you'll have to ungroup it and then move your pieces. So like you can probably cut those two together, of course. So that would end up being one. Regroup that together. I would recommend that you go in, reposition everything, and then go in and cut it. So we're going to go and put this. Let's go ahead and ungroup it. I'm not going to do all of the pieces, but you would ungroup that. And let's see. We can move this one over. I can probably fit another one on here if I rotate this one. So I can fit 4. Move that down, move that over, move this over. Okay, I'm trying to get these. You can also use the nesting as well to see if that will help some. I'm going to rotate this. All right. So good enough like that. So you would just have to rearrange them to fit. Go ahead and throw that little piece on there. Group it and that's why you want to group them together so you know what pieces you still need to arrange. If you're doing a print and cut, so these pieces down here can be cut from just regular cardstock, or you can use them for print and cut. So let's say we're going to go back to 8.5 by 11, and we're going to turn on our registration marks. I always max mine all the way out, my thickness. Let's go back over here, turn our show cut border. You would ungroup it and then decide which one. So with the way that this is, these are the 2 back panels. And so you would decide, if you're doing the back panels or the front, like one of the front panels, if you're going to do a print and cut on one or multiple of them, you would just kind of put that there. This is resized. So you're only going to be able to do one print and cut panel if you're like making it the max for the base to be in a 12 by 12. You're only going to be able to fit one if you're doing a print and cut. So that's a totally different thing as far as designing and stuff like that. And then these are just like the inlays and then the little topper piece. All right. So that's how you would resize it. Okay. And yeah, so that's that. Now the way that this is also set up, if you guys have never cut, I'm going to go back to this one. So if you have never cut by your line colors and your fill colors, I have strategically filled in like the lines and the colors for a very good reason. So I'm going to go ahead and center this to page. I'm going to go to send. So I don't like for my perforated lines to cut too deep. So I'm very, very extra with mine, like in everything. I don't like for them to cut too deep because I don't really want to see them. If you're using a white core, that's one thing. If you want that like textured one, that really, really thick one, it's a white core. So when you go to bend that back, you're going to see that white core in there. If you're using that kind, I actually recommend that you, if you're doing a print and cut one, you want to like, well, print and cut, you know, matter because it's going to print on white anyway. But you'll reverse the design, like, well, put your paper down, face down, and then cut it so that when you bend it, the cut isn't on the white core side to where you'll see it. Because how I have mine set up, if you go to the when you go to send, simple is how it normally comes up. You're going to go by fill. Because they are lines, they don't have a fill to them. So the lines are considered the no color. And then the fill for all of these, depending on which one you're doing, if it's the base, the foundation, or if it's one of the accent or inlays or overlays, it has a different color. That's what that blue is. So you'll set to, you'll cut for those. I don't even need this one on right now. So I just have my no color and I have my teal color. So with the no color, like I said, that is your dash lines. I set mine to cut, I don't set it to cut deep. So I do a very shallow cut because it's just, you can't really score with Silhouette. It creates cut lines. I don't like for it to cut deep. So here I'm going to go, so like right now it says glitter cardstock. Don't pay that any attention. I don't use any of the presets. I change all of my own. So we're going to go to glitter cardstock. I have my blade set to a 2, my force, actually that's really high. So I probably have it maybe like at a 6, my speed at 8. I want it to go through very, very fast so that it's not going in too deep. And you can rearrange these. If you didn't know, you can change the order in which something cuts. All right. If you have the one that has an auto blade, you can just put this one up here. It's going to adjust for these cuts, and then it's going to adjust for the next one. If you are still using a 1 or a 2 and you don't have the auto blades and you have to adjust it manually, you can leave it at a blade of 5. Just make your force very, very light and make your speed very, very fast. So it's a really shallow cut. You don't have to add a pause in there and then change your blade. Just leave it at like 5 or 6 and then just make your force very small, very low, and your speed very high so that it's a shallow cut. And then for your next one, so you just choose a different one and then you change the settings. So for me, it was at 6, force of 24, speed of 5, 2 passes. And so it will cut my dash lines first and then cut the outline. Just in case your mat is not super sticky, if you were to fully cut it and then try and go and do your perforated lines, it could shift because now it's loose from the paper. So it's best to do your perforated lines first and then cut the outside. All right. The file works for Cricut. Now, as far as how to cut them and with the different cut settings, I can't answer that for you. I don't know how that theirs allows you to get that detailed, but the file is an SVG file that you can use with Cricut. So that's just my little tip on how to cut it to not have such deep cuts. All right. Any questions on that before we get into actually assembling this thing? All right, I had to check that one because that's kind of close. Let me kind of fix this one just so that you'll be able to see that a little bit better. I'm going to kind of flip back and forth. This camera up here is so bright. I have no idea why it's so bright. All right, no questions posted. All right, let's go ahead and hop into this and assemble this thing. So I am one where I like the Barely Art glitter glue. There's a lot of other ones. This is my, like, this has become my all-time favorite glue. I have a gang of tips because you can, the way that this is, you can change out this tip. So I can use a plastic one. I can use one of the metal ones. I can have my ink, my glue come out slow, or I can have it come out fast. So I like this, but I now need a needle because this has been sitting here without a top. Now you can't really leave the needle in there. If it's not a sterling silver needle, it will rust. That's why I have so many tops, so that if it clogs, I just dump it and get a new one. Okay, hold on one second, Renata, I'm coming. Hold on, y'all. I have to give one of my clients something. Hold on. Oh, I forgot. She has been in my office before. I was like, did you know this was my office? Because she's all tapping on my window. Hold on one second. My children are in there playing and they should be sleeping. So yeah, I used to worry about the tip drying out. Now, not so much because these come off easily. Well, now it wants to not come off easy. And I can just change this out. I can throw it away or whatever. These literally cost a few cents. And you get a whole bunch in there, different thicknesses for the tips. So I just pop them on. And then with these, if it does get clogged, I like the soft ones. Some of them have really, really small tips and I have to cut them anyway. So I just cut them down to clear the clog and keep it moving. And because you can take this off, it actually, you know, if it does get clogged, it really is easy to clean. So you can kind of use a needle and push it out. You can run water in it, clean it out. So I really, really like the plastic ones, but I use the metal ones often as well. All right, so Barely Art. I'm going to do a heat tap. So mine has several different colors here, and I need to make sure that I put them in the right order. All right, so and then a pink one, and then a blue. Hey, where's the other gray piece? Oh, crapola. Never fails me. Something goes missing. Where is the other gray piece, Jesus? Oh, it's right there. Haha. If it was a snake, it would have bit me. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, and then all of my inside pieces, all of my cover up, and my inside piece for that. But I think I'm missing a few blues, but you guys will get the idea. And my little top piece, and where's my bottom one? I'm supposed to have 2 of those. I'm supposed to have a blue one also because of my insets. I have to cover the bottom as well. All right. But let's get to getting and putting this sucker together. I'm going to go ahead and put together my base just so that it can dry. You can cut 3 if you want. I think the file may have, you know what, I put 3 on there, but it's really strong with just 2. If you have questions, because this is just me assembling them, make sure that you post your questions. Oh, I forgot to show you the difference. My bad. So the difference with this one is the seam is in the front. With the other one, which, where is it? I don't have the base for it, but the difference is, like, I'm going to kind of put it on here. It would be flat in the front like this. And then the one that, how I have mine designed, the seam is in the front. And then on the back, see, the seam is there and it's designed so where it's open like that. All right. And then for here, the inside pretty much looks the same. It's just a different direction. And then, like I said, you can't really lay it flat. So not sure if you guys can see. My heat symbol is actually pop dotted on there. And it still gives it like a 3D look. So I use pop dots. So it's full on 3D. All right. So now this is ready to dry over yonder. I like to start with, that's because you kind of know with this one, I like to start with the back one. So I'm going to go ahead and bend this over. And the line is not so pronounced on my perforated lines because they are very shallow. I don't put my glue here. I put it here. My children, my husband's going to come in there and yell at those kids. Zani, I know there's nobody but Zani Mani. Zani Mani is hitting the walls. I don't worry about, because now if you're going to do your inlay, like if you're not going to do inlays, you may want to put it on the pegs of it. I don't worry about that because I'm going to cover up the inside anyway. I want to change this camera because I hate the lighting on that one. There we go. All right. So your first one, you do have to, I'm going to do it this way so you guys can see. Your first one, you do have to kind of hold it there for a little bit so that it can actually catch. This glue has good working time, but so it doesn't dry. It dries fast, but not too fast. You can kind of like work it. So I think this is like the perfect glue. All right. So let that kind of sit. If you are going to put it on the teeth, I made it to where you don't have so many and like they're not so small to put them on there. All right. And then I like to kind of fold mine so where it meets the top because it doesn't have as many teeth to it. You can have it meet at the top. Kind of hold that in place so that that catches. And once that catches, turn it over. You may have to push it in just a little bit and then just kind of use your finger, rock back and forth for it to catch. So by having less of those little spikes, to me, it makes it a little bit easier to assemble. Oh, hold on. Let me put the link for the glue also. I see someone asked about the glue. So there is the link for the Barely Art glitter glue. It is, I think she said, how do you like it? I love this glue. I love it, love it, love it, love it. Which weight of paper? For this, I'm just using 65 pounds. I'm doing what's called matting. So by putting the inlays and or overlays on it, it makes it where it is heavier. So I can use a lighter cardstock and it still has a good weight to it. All right. I think he fell because he's still yelling. So I'm going to start there at the bottom. Now, if you make it bigger, you know, it's not as easy to kind of reach the top. You'll have to kind of go section by section if you make it really, really big. So once that sticks, so for me, I like to kind of catch it here at the top first. So it kind of curve it so that it can form. Catch it there at the top. Kind of just put a little pressure. And then I apply the pressure on the inside. Rub that glue off your hands before you touch the paper. All right, first 3 done. Let me grab the next color would be my blue. Give myself a little bit more working space in camera. And it doesn't matter if you do the hat pieces or the bottom piece first, like the actual cap or the base, these pieces over here first. It doesn't matter which order you do it in. It's just personal preference. And if you guys have not done so already, make sure you like the video. Also share it out. I'm horrible with, you know, requesting that you guys share. I know some people will do it. It's like, okay, let's get to so many shares. I'm horrible with that. I know I need to get better by that. But, you know, if you guys know it's good information, share it out. Actually, you know what? I didn't even share it out to my own groups. I definitely probably should do that because I didn't even share it out because it was late this time. So I didn't share it out to my own groups. So I'm going to let that kind of tack there at the top. And then do the rest of them. It wasn't quite tacked at the top yet. Right, gray. And I kind of like gluing the other side. I mean, I'm working on the same one at one time. So I fold my teeth back, and then this is the one that I'm also going to put glue on. So sometimes it's just about your workflow and how you kind of work through things. That can also make it go faster. Ooh, you don't want to stick. You being rude. Okay, there we go. I'm just going to form it. And if you're doing this for the first time, I recommend doing a smaller one before you try and go balls to the walls and go big. Try it as a smaller one first, just to get the feel of the pieces and stuff like that. I recommend starting small. I'll do a video again using print and cut, and I'll also make it bigger. I'll make a bigger version so you can kind of see like some tips and things when it comes to trying to make sure it's glued and kind of handling the bigger pieces, as well as doing a print and cut. But that one I may end up doing as a class, because to go step by step with it, I'm going to look at my schedule and probably schedule that one as a full-on class to do print and cut and to make it bigger. I might even pre-do one and spray paint it. All right. Oh wait, did I actually go in here and do the sides? I did not. But it's actually tacked enough there to where they will catch. I don't remember rolling it. Yeah, all those little pegs drove me absolutely bonkers. Oh. Yes, I everything about this is different. So this one, it's to the front instead of flat. The teeth are larger, like, well, yeah, so it's not as many of them, so they technically are larger. And I already have the inlays for this. So to either cover up the top or to put on the inside, I already have those on my file. Oh, come on. Oh, there's no more glue over there. I didn't put enough. And at first I wasn't going to release the file, and then someone today talked me into releasing it, because it does make it a little bit easier to handle with the way that this file is set up. Dang it, glue spewed out. All right. For me, there is a lot of tension once you're ready to pull this like this. I actually let this sit and dry so that way it's nice and strong. So as I'm pulling it apart to do the next, to do the end piece, it's not going to mess up. So I'm going to set this off to the side and I'm going to do the bottom part. Okay. I do this the same way, where I glue the bottom, well, the inside. And then I put the pegs to that. You want to make sure, like, it doesn't seem like it curves, but there is a slight curve to it. So make sure that you follow the curve of your pieces. So kind of start, again, still start with that bottom one and then curl it up to where it meets the line. And if you want to do the pegs, I'll do this one the traditional way with gluing the pegs. Or the, I call them pegs, I meant tabs. Y'all just sat there and let me call them pegs. These are not pegs, these are definitely tabs. And if you're going to do colors, be very strategic about like the colors you choose for your base. If you're doing different colors for the panels, just be very strategic in how you do that, so that it all right, sorry about that. So that you're not kind of surprised when you put it together and like, oh wait, this isn't how the color combination that I wanted, especially when it comes to those back panels. If you want it to be a certain color next to each other, you just have to be very strategic about that. Would you need a Cameo to work with my file? No, I have it as a silhouette file and as an SVG file. With the SVG file, you can technically put that in any program that will allow you to cut. So if you have a big cutter, like a US cutter, rolling cutter, and you have your mat and stuff to cut with paper, you can use it with any cutter because it comes with the SVG file and the silhouette file. There is the link for the Barely Art Glitter, the Barely Art Craft Precision Glue. And there is the link again for the file, because I see someone asked where the file was. Thank you, Teresa, for letting her know it was on the website. So yeah, just let that first one tack, and then you can complete the cycle, like complete the other ones. Ooh, I'm all looking at the camera. That definitely slipped. So if you are just joining, in the beginning of this video, I did show where I use them as an actual like treat box. Don't have to use them as a gift box just for Father's Day. I even use it as a base for a centerpiece. So if you are someone that is into event decor and you like to hand make things, make 3D items, they are great for that as well. They can be, I mean, to kind of put money in, and a little, they can be a stash. You can even, advertise it as like a little stash hat for those who are into that lifestyle. Go ahead and, advertise it as a stash hat. Now you may have to protect it because it is still paper, unless you're, I got a glue right there. I didn't hold that enough. But that's one of the joys of using the liquid glue. You can easily correct mistakes. And like little mishaps, you have some working time before it actually sticks. And then if there is a little piece that did not glue, I think I just didn't go close enough to the edge. Precision tips, great for this because I was able to get right into here and it not spew out like a whole bunch of glue come out. So I love, love, love having all the different precision tips. So now for this next part, it is a personal preference, right? There are some who would prefer to put the inside part in first so that when you put it on your base, it's already to the sides and you don't have to move it around. So you can do it this way and you can kind of put it, glue it down to this first. It doesn't have like a solid surface. So for me, this isn't like the greatest way, but it is an option to basically go in and glue this down first. I'm going to knock mine out. The way that this is, I feel like it makes it a lot easier to line it up compared to the other way. I personally find it easier to line. Wait, which camera is it? Here we go. To line this up because of the way that it's made and just getting it to the corners. So I'm going to actually switch it to the one that's a little bit more of an overhead shot. I think I still have that one set as an overhead shot. Yeah. So see, just putting that like that makes it a little bit easier with the way that this one is designed. So I'm going to go with on the other one, most people will kind of start with that first flap. I put all the glue down. Whoa. Okay, there we go. Oops, I'm a little bit off on that side. Oh, come on, stop being stubborn. Okay, there we go. All right, I'm going to put, so I don't like the little tabs showing. So these are designed to fit right to the inside to cover up. And so it's basically a liner or an inlay, a liner, whichever way you want to describe it. It's just to cover up those tabs. And this is also called matting. So by putting this on here, if you have a lighter cardstock, it's making it to where it gives it more weight without having to use a super heavy cardstock. And I much prefer liquid glue. It creates a stronger bond because it really is binding the fibers of the paper together. So for me, I'm definitely more of a wet glue kind of gal. Versus like a tape runner, double-sided tape, the ATG guns and all of those, or even hot glue. I don't recommend hot glue. It's going to, especially if you don't have like a high wattage glue gun, it is going to dry way too fast before you can like really get it set. Some people have used hot glue. I mean, it's okay, but I prefer wet glue. This particular weight is 65. I can't even show the comment because it's coming from different places. And I didn't put up. Last time I had audio issues when I put it on my tablet. I had my tablet there, and I'm like, nah, I'm not about to deal with that. But I am using 65 pound. But I use a lighter weight because I mat. So whether I put, well, on this part, I'm going to always line the inside. And then for the top part, I line the inside as well. So you can use a lighter cardstock. It doesn't have to be 80 or 110. I don't ever really use anything 110. Most times I'm using 80 pound. If especially like my white cardstock, I'm using 80 pound. If it's colored, I like the way Recollections, and I'm sorry, this is Recollections cardstock from Michaels. I like the way their cardstock cuts. So most times I'm using a 65 because there's a 65, or I'm using an 80. Did I somehow not cut enough pieces? What happened, Harpo? Okay, half of my short pieces. I don't know. What the world? That's okay. I'm going to go ahead and drop this on. So if you're going to do this as a print and cut, notate which side is your front. And so with this one, it is the tip. So if you're going to put some sort of design, or if you're going to cut from a pattern paper, make sure that whichever way the pattern is, on the program, you're either going to fill this in with that pattern the right way, or if it's already a printed paper, you're going to position your file to where it's going to cut and the pattern's going to be the right way, so that when you're looking at it from the inside, it's the correct way. Make sense? Oh, come on. Wait a minute now. Hold on. I'm going to have to hold this one in my hand to get it in there. There we go. Because it's a really tight fit. So I had to kind of hold that in my hand to get it in there. I keep rubbing my hand so that I don't get the glitter residue on the cap. Come on, push up. There we go. Ooh, I pushed you up too far. I think I put this in backwards. I may change it to notate and put a marker on the front, because I definitely put this in here backwards. That's okay. But now the inside is covered except for these two pieces because I don't know what happened to it. All right, this should be dry now. So now I come back to this one because, see, you're going to put some tension on it to get these to spread out and glue them together. So I like to make sure that it is fully dry. So this one, I am going to do the pegs, and I'm going to start at the top and work my way down. Pegs, tabs, same difference. Don't judge me. Ah, crap. Oh, come on, Shakia. Oh, come on. All right. Hold it. Don't do like me and let it fly. But that happens, which is another reason why I like to do the tabs. As long as it didn't touch the glue, if it kind of moved around, the glue didn't get anywhere. If I did it the way that I did all the other sides by putting the glue first, that glue would have been all over that other panel. All right, hold on one second. My question is a bit off on what you're doing, but I'm working. Also, I must have accidentally clicked on something and caused the lines to appear every time. Oh, yeah, I can't answer that for you, love. I'm not doing anything for that. What type of glue is this? It is the Barely Art glue. The link is in the comments. So it comes with a different tip. I end up purchasing a bunch of tips for it because, yeah, I just need a bunch of tips. I would always use mine. Yes, sir. Why are you in here, sir? Come on, bud. Go in there with B-Bro or go in there with Daddy. It's not for you, buddy. It's not a toy. Wow. No, wow, nothing. Yeah, wow. It's pretty, huh? Hat. Yes, hat. Hat. It's not for your head, though. Yeah, hat. Yes. Okay. Now I'm going to kind of put it on here because I'll have more control over it. Y'all should see him trying to put this on his head. Hey. And also the link for the template is also in the comments. Yes, the way that I have my template, it is for sale. The template is in the comments. I mean, the link is in the comments. This boy literally had this hat on his head. I'm sorry, y'all. I was so off camera laughing at this kid. All right, so I'm just going to tack down the bottom and then I'm going to come back in to fix this part. Hey, now go to bed. Thank you. This last piece is always the stinker. All right, so I'm going to kind of push this out some. Come on, Zani Mani. We both can't fit on this chair. Your mother is a thickums, okay? Boy, I'm nice and thick. We cannot both fit on this chair. No, nothing. Oh my gosh, Zani Mani. Buddy, come on. Hold on one second. Hold on, y'all. I got to get rid of a kid. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Sure, my love. Where did I get the tips? They came from Amazon. You look for, is it called? I'll post the link. Lunar Lear tips or something like that. I'll post the link, but I have to go get it first. So you got to give me a second. All right. And he made it to where my glue dried up on me. Don't remind me if I forget to get the link for the glue. All right, so then there is the top portion. I can put this on here now. Bam. And my little top piece. I normally have one for the top and on the inside because you will see the lines on there. So I have one for the top and for the inside. This is actually the one for the inside because I cut a gray one for the top to match this. And I don't know where it's at, y'all. But you know I'm always losing something. So this one will go on the top for now so that this is a more finished look. But I had gray for the top and pink for the inside because the insides are pink. But I don't see the gray one. So pink is going to go on the top. Look how pretty that is on the inside. All right. Now, let's do our insets. Because especially if you're doing like this is not cute at all. All right. Now, you have to be very careful with the inlays, especially for the back ones. And it has to be the right one because of the way the sides are. They definitely don't like, let me see, hold on. Which camera is it? I forgot which one. I'm on this one. I'm going to switch to the other camera. So if you see there, they don't line up. So there is one for a certain size side. So you have to kind of, if you didn't note it before, you have to kind of put it in there. And this is not the one for this side because there's too much blue showing. So it is this one. See? That lines right up with it. The other one, I'll put the other one back in there. See how much blue is showing? I'm sorry, there's two balloons behind me that keeps blocking the light. There we go. So there is a specific one. So I'm just going to flip this one because I know that that's the other side. So I can put the glue on this side. Let me switch this back. Oh, you know what? I didn't cut. Did I? Because I realized I forgot my, it's missing on the file too. I have to update it. It was on my draft one, but it wasn't on the final one. Um, the stitch pieces for around the circles, because I don't like that to stay like that. It's a gray piece, and I was going to redo them. That's why the gray piece is missing. Okay, so for that one, I wasn't losing my mind. There's a reason why that one is missing, because I forgot to add the, you know how it has the embroidered stitch around it. So I have the circle, and I was going to do those in gray also to match the top. And that's why it's not cut. So I'm not crazy. If you purchase the file, you're going to see an update sometime tonight or tomorrow. You'll get another email saying that there is an update for the file. Oh, this didn't cut all the way through, so it's not going to cut. I'm going to grab my big bite to pop that hole out. Whoa. But you're going to get an update because that's what was missing. Because I did it on my actual file and not the one for oh. I was like, wait a minute now. Okay, no, wrong one. So yeah, that's why that's why I didn't have my gray one. Cha. The lighting I can't see. All right. Make sure you line it up with the edge so that it's not peekabooing off the bottom. Yep, the holes, the inlay. So this one I had to cut because it was messed up, but look. So the inlays, the hole, you can see. Wait. See my hand? My finger? Wait, there it is. It lines up. Of course it does. I would never not have an accurate file. But it's just that the 4 didn't cut this all the way. So these holes are not going to be like exact because I forgot and left this on a single cut. And so it didn't cut all the way through. I actually had to hand cut the rest of this out because the setting that I use, I have to use a double cut. I don't put a lot of force on my cuts or like a really, really deep, like heavy blade. I like to double cut all of my cardstock. Miss Linda, I posted the link, so you'll probably have to scroll up a few comments, but I use the Barely Art Precision Craft Glue. It comes like, so when you get this, there is like a cap to keep it from drying out, which of course, this is me. I lost it, of course. But the tip that comes with this, get out of there. It looks just like this. So it comes with a black tip, and you can turn it like this. And it's not a really big hole. It's a thinner, wait, wrong camera. It's a thinner hole on there. And this is not the tip that came with it, because I broke off my, wait, does this have glue in it? Oh, yes, it does. Nice dried up glue in there. I broke off my, what's this thing called? My needle in the one that came with it. Oh, I didn't clean this one out. All right, let's grab another. So I like the plastic ones anyway. So, oh wait, wrong side. There we go. So you can actually see it. So that's the way the glue comes out with the tip that actually comes with it. I ordered extras because, like I said, I broke mine off. It's actually somewhere in here. And somebody please remind me to clean this one out so it doesn't dry out like that one. And yeah, so I end up buying a whole load of tips. So I never have that issue. And the plastic ones I like because if it's like the really, really thin ones, you can always just cut it off a little bit and extend the use out of it if it does get clogged, because you can't leave regular pins in it because it will rust. So yeah, just can't leave regular pins in it. I should have checked this. Actually, should have checked them all, because this is slightly off because it's most likely backwards. Oh, yep, I have another pink one. But I'm not supposed to have two pinks. I'm supposed to have a gray one. And I need to do this whole and let me check this whole. Oh, shoot. So luckily there's gray tabs here because everything on the inside is pink now. I didn't know which one was which, because the last one is the actual pink one. So, all right, let's see. You obviously go the other way. So this is the side that I need to glue. All right. Oh, last piece is the bill. And once again, it did not cut it all the way through. I'm not going to use my X-Acto knife, but I can tell which side it should be the top. But they are actually there. It's not going to look like it like this one. This, you do want it to cut all the way through so that you can actually see the lines. Again, I forgot to put this on double cut, so it did not cut it all the way through. But the file does come with the lines there. It's just my Cameo 4 wanted to be a butt wipe, and it did not cut all the way through. Push it right up against that so you can have that little lip around it. And even with all the matting, it still closes. And I forgot to cut another one, so I'm going to take the one off of here because I just realized I forgot to cut a heat one. I forgot to cut another logo. And this is the wrong color blue, but I didn't have one. So like if I wanted to be a specific color, I would most likely do this as a print and cut or just print out on white so I can have the colors match, because this definitely doesn't match that blue, but this is the only blue I had. But 'tis done. I don't like that lighting, so let's change to the other camera. Bam. And like I said, it's pop dotted because it is a traditional cap. I had one in here for reference. Oh, here it is. So see, like with a traditional cap, the seam comes in the front. So that's how I did this. And of course, you can't really conform it to it. So I just make it 3D all the way around. And I put pop dots. Wait, wrong camera. There we go. So there's pop dots for the logo. And you can kind of glue, like if I wanted to keep this part down, I could put a little dab of glue here. And this is actually several, like it's not one single, actually no, is this the one that's one single layer? I would make it a couple layers so that this is like almost like a thick embroidered piece. So you'll do a regular print and cut and then some solid cuts so that that piece is also nice and thick. And then there you go. And then I'm missing my two pieces, so don't judge me for that. But the inside is lined fully. Wait, there we go. And then it's just missing those two pieces because I'm always missing something. Can never do a live and not be missing something. Oh, and then the inside, you can't see any of the tabs because it has a full liner on the inside, and that makes this stiff and heavy, especially with using wet glue. So all done. Like I said, I'm going to schedule a class where we are going to make this much bigger and also do a print and cut. So you'll see how to do that as far as doing a print and cut. And if you have the traditional one in that class, I will show you how to adjust the file to create your inlays. If you already have the traditional one and you want to have the inlays or overlays for like, so you can technically take this and those same inlays will fit over the top. So if you wanted to make the base and now it'll be even stiffer. You can put those inlays over top to put a print and cut there or whatever. So you can put those on top as well. Like I said, the only thing that is missing is, oh, this one doesn't have holes. I'm going to update the file. There are little holes that go right here so that it really looks like a ball cap. The file comes with the holes. It's just that my Cameo was being a butt white. Well, I can't blame the Cameo. That was on me because I set my settings lower. So I have to cut on a double cut because of how I do my settings. And because if you watch the beginning, I don't do it the regular way. I use the fill color, and you have to go in there. And even though like they both said plain cardstock or something like that, when you're doing it that way, you have to assign, like you have to make sure that it matches up, because I manually changed it. It wasn't a set one. So because it wasn't set and I manually changed it, I forgot to make that pink layer double cut, so it didn't cut through. So to correct that, I just use my We Are Memory Keepers Big Bite. It has a 1/8 and a 3/16 hole. But the file comes with the holes in it. All right, so I'm going to answer any questions that you guys may. Whoa, what is under my chair? Any questions that you guys may have? Why you keep popping up? Hold on. What's wrong with you? And I'm thinking about adding an actual snapback to the back to make it a traditional snapback. Why are you not staying down? All right. Okay, there. I was like, what the world? Okay. Nope. Aha, I locked you out. Okay, let's see. So yes, I recommend that you go to I actually streamed it to both because I did a little bit of silhouette work. So it's on both Silaholics Anonymous and my Honestly Speaking YouTube channel. That's where you're going to want to go to watch the playback of it to one of those platforms, either my Silaholics Anonymous YouTube or the Honestly Speaking YouTube. I did stream it to both platforms. Thank you. Yep. Thank you. You're very welcome. That means a lot coming from you. You are the hat queen. Thank you. Thank you. So I prefer to double, and both of my cameras are, hold on. My mother hates when, and if I put it up, I hate when y'all have to talk to this. Well, these are cute, so y'all can talk to these. But I prefer to double cut because I just get a cleaner cut. I've always double cut when it comes to cardstock. You put a lot of wear and tear trying to cut through the paper in one pass. I kind of treat it the same way I do when I'm using an X-Acto knife. I always do a shallow cut to kind of score it, and then I go through it again. It's just the way that I naturally cut everything, except, of course, when you're cutting with the scissors. And with that one, if you really think about it, you are really getting a kind of a double cut because there's a blade on one side, a blade on the other, and it's attacking it from both sides. So when I'm cutting, as using an X-Acto knife, I've always just double cut things. if you are used to cutting with an X-Acto knife, you put too much pressure, you actually make your paper bend inward. And with foam board, you create bends and your tip breaks off and your tip wears out a lot faster trying to force it through. So I just adapted how I always hand cut into how I use my Cameo. That's why I don't use any of their presets, because I'm just a creature of habit. I'm used to double cutting everything. So I double cut, at least a double cut everything. Really, really thicker ones, I have to sometimes do 3 cuts. If it's 110-pound, I speed up the cut, speed up the speed, and I do like 3 passes for really, really thick cardstocks, and it's less wear and tear on your blade. Yes and no, because you have, like, when it's bigger, you have to really take your time with like the tabs, because they're so like far out. So you have to really take your time when you make it bigger. And it's not easier to hold it with one hand. So you just have to go tab by tab when it's bigger. That's the only difference for the top portion. But I changed it, like the way I designed mine, it doesn't have all those small pegs, so it makes it a little bit easier. So for the 3, 1, I don't use the auto blade. So I'm not sure if you're using the auto blade. I don't use the auto blade even when I cut with a 3. Or if I do use the auto blade, I set it at the blade setting that I want, and I put my setting in silhouette to ratchet blade. I don't use auto blades unless I'm using the 4, because you cannot not use the auto blade with the 4 because it's a smart blade. But I don't like it at all. For me, I typically tend to use a blade 5 or 6, depending on how thick the cardstock is, and how intricate the design is. So for this one, I used a blade of 5. My speed for the Cameo 4 was 26 double cut. When I use my 1, or the 2, I barely use my 3. If you haven't watched me long enough, you'll know I can't stand the 3. I don't really use it at all. It is a paperweight. It is there because the husband told me, hey, you teach this stuff, you need to have all of them. So I was bamboozled into buying the 3. The 3 is not my favorite. I really don't like it. It's big, it's bulky, it's annoying as crap. So I either cut from one of my 3 originals, my 2, and when I'm being lazy and I don't want to stretch a cord across my office, I'll cut from the 4, which is what I did today, which I kind of sort of regret. But when I'm cutting from the 1 or the 2, it's pretty much still the same, a blade of 5, but my force doesn't have to be so high with the Michaels paper. I can do like, if it's a cut like this, I can get away with like a 19 or a 20, at the most, maybe like a 22, still double cut. And my speed is 4. 4 or 5, depending on how intricate it is. So if you want to have stitching on it, you have to get white gel pens, or unless you're doing a print and cut and you're going to put it on there yourself. But if you're going, you have to draw, like manually draw out all those stitching. I don't bother to deal with the stitching. That's a bit much, but you'll use a white gel pen and you will create this, or whatever color pen you want, whatever color you want the threads to be, and you draw that on yourself with a gel pen. With the 4, like I said, I used a blade of 6, of force of 24, a speed of 4 or 5. 5. I'm looking at it now. 5 and 2 passes. So that's what I used for the 4. The template is on my website. Well, this version. So this is a traditional ball cap version because it has the seam in the front. This one is the one that you see most people use. It has the flat. This is the front. So because if you look at the back, see this is on the flat piece as well. So it's a flat one, which I mean can make it to where you can put your decals, you can put stickers on it flat. Like I said, I use pop dots. So for this one, this is only a single layer of paper, so it's really flimsy. I normally would use cardstock as well, and I would do a print and cut and then do a regular cut for the back so that it's nice and thick, and then I pop dot it. So I'm not sure if you look, see there, it's hanging off of it like it's 3D. And this is only messed up right here. Zani Mani, I had to kick them out, and so my glue dried. But if you look at all the other panels, they are perfect. But Zani Mani made my glue dry. That was the last panel. Little bugger. But that's the pop dots on there. Because it has the traditional fold, you can't put anything flat. So what's pop dots? Hold on. Well, this is a thicker. This is a wide. Where's my? I just put pop dots on here. So where is it? Those are the thicker ones. They come smaller as well. Nope, those are also thick. So they're called dimensionate. You know, you might also hear them called being called dimensionals. Foam dots, pop dots. They have several different names. There's several shapes. There's some that's round. There's some that looks like little hexagons. Now where for art thou small pop dots? If you're new here and you decide to come on back, you will quickly learn that my office despises me and my office likes to hide stuff from me. Some people would like to say that I'm unorganized, but I just had it. So it's not me. I'll be on live. I'll have something in my hand and it just disappears. My office likes to play tricks on me when I am live. This is a very normal for me. So don't think that, hey, this girl is crazy. She's never prepared. My office plays tricks on me all the time. You can ask anybody who's been watching me. My office, you know, there's a spirit in here who wants to be on live as well. But basically, it's like this. So it's a foam and it has, oh, wait, child, did not know that switched that way. But it's like foam and it has adhesive on the back side. So you'll put that side down, take the adhesive off of the other side. Come on now. And so it's sticky on both sides. And that is what's this is Tanaichi. Not made for this, but so it's just an adhesive dot that creates dimension because it's popped off of there. This is small, so it would normally be like, so this one, there's a small one on this side, and then at the top. But I just put a big one on here just to show you. But that's what they are. Wait. And so this is not flat on here. It's dimensional. They are en route. Once I see movement on my on the tracking, I will put it on the site. But yes, so there will be, well, this size we don't have because I hate that size. But this is the 2-inch one. I think, yeah. So that's the 2-inch one. This is the 4. That's a 4. We also will have it in a 6 and a 1-inch. So the 1-inch is, we will have it in a 1/2 inch, a 1-inch, a 4-inch, and a 6. So is that the 4? Yeah, that's the 4. So this is the 1. This is a 2. Where's my 3-inch? Hold on. That might be, what did I just do? I did a tumbler. Where did I wrap the tumbler at? Did I wrap it in here? Oh gosh. Nickelodeon. Oh, my 6-inch is staring me right in the face. So there is the 6, and then there is a 3. Don't ask me why I didn't get a 5. It just seemed weird. I don't know why I didn't get a 5, but this is the 2, the 4. There's a 3-inch, there's a 1, and then there's a 1/2 inch one. They will all be on the site very, very soon. We are also getting some of these in the tape dispensers. They won't be here until like late July, though, August sometime, but we'll have the tape dispensers also. All up in my office? Yes. Yes, technically for right now, you can find them on Amazon, but we will have them on our website as well. Any last questions? Now I put all this craziness in front of my beautiful hats. Since y'all looking at stuff, you know, go ahead and look at that ink too. We have Sublimation ink. We have Pigment ink. Let me give y'all something else to look at. Go ahead and look at the Change the Game, which I'm horrible. I know I am. I like to teach. For me, teaching is first, selling is second. But go ahead and look at that Change the Game sublimation paper too. You know, since y'all looking at stuff, go ahead and get you some Honestly Speaking sublimation paper. Sub at 365 degrees for 30-40 seconds, depending on your heat press. No blowout paper required. It absolutely does not bleed through. You get full color saturation just using plain paper setting. So plain paper, bright white is what I use. No color profile needed. If you are, look at all that mess back there now. If you are a member of my memberships on the Academy, guess what? It finally got uploaded. The Krispy Kreme design for the tumbler and the mug is on the website. It's listed under, it's in the design vault. It's under the professor's design vault. So the file for the KKD mug and tumbler. So it's the free file for members only. Nope, you cannot get it. It will not be on the site. It is an exclusive file for those who are members of our membership on academy.silaholics.anonymous.com. So the mug and the tumbler one is now in your membership. But this was printed with our sublimation paper, our sublimation ink. So since y'all want to look, go ahead and look at that and then go to the site and purchase. Go buy some things. I actually have to make tumblers and mugs. I'm gonna have to probably do those first thing in the morning, because I'm tired now. So I have to do those first thing in the morning. Oh, so you do know a lot of people have been looking at this one because they can't find the 15,000. I cannot guarantee, anyone on how that will work, because that particular printer has gray ink. There is no gray sublimation ink. I cannot tell you how the colors will come out if you put black ink in there, which means if you do put black in there, you're going to have to fill 3 reservoirs with black ink, because you have 2 blacks, cyan, magenta, yellow, and gray. There are 6 tanks on that printer. There is no gray sublimation ink. I don't know how that's going to come out if you put black in that port, because it's meant to be gray, not black. So I see a lot of people recommending that one. Technically, yes, all Epson printers can be used for sublimation. However, that one uses gray ink. Have not tested, don't plan on testing. That's a very expensive test. That printer is very expensive to be trying to buy it just to test to see how it's going to come out if you put black ink where it is gray. You do have to have ink in there. So if not, you're going to completely dry out that print head, but it is a gray ink, dye ink on that printer. So I would not recommend that you get that one for sublimation. Oh, you said you left the gray empty. I would be worried about that print head firing off kind of crazy from being too dry. But hey, if it works, it works. I just didn't recommend it because of the gray. So if you go to the community tab, it's on there. So I get you guys know that before. Classes and boot camps are not a part of the standard membership, because it's just about teaching like basic like graphic design and stuff like that. So when it is a full class, I did put it on there to where you guys will, once the class is released, I will post what the discount code is, to where you guys will be able to attend all classes, no matter single day classes and stuff like that. It'll be a flat rate of $10 for doctorate members and $15 for masters, and $15 for masters, $10 for doctorate as far as the discount on that. And for bachelors, it's $20, which I forgot to put it on there for bachelors, but yours will be $20 if you want to take any of the extended classes and boot camps. And once I actually drop the class, I will drop what the discount code is for the members. As you guys know, my classes basically start at like 35, 36, depending on the content of the class. They start at around like 35, 36 bucks. The new, actually, it's really 36, because the number will actually be $36.50. If you know why it's $36.50, post it in the comments. Let's see if you guys caught why it's now, like most of my class, like the starter price will be $36.50. But yeah, you'll be able to attend for just $10 if you're in doctorate, $15 if you're in masters, and $20 if you are enrolled in bachelor. So you do get a discount for those types of classes, but they are not included. The weight of paper that I used for this is 65 pounds. This is the Michaels Recollections paper. But if you're just joining, how I made this and my file that's on my site, it comes with the inlays, or like the layer, like the lining of it, so you don't see any of the tabs, and it makes it to where this is a lot stiffer. So this is 65 pounds, but you do what's called matting. So by doubling up, especially with liquid glue, it makes it where it's a lot stiffer. It's not so much, oh, my ink transfers. So it's not so much the ink transfers, the paper releases at 365. Yep. Team 365. Exactly. Oh, my paper. It is 120 pounds. I mean 20 pounds. 120 grams. So it's 120 grams is what our sublimation paper is. Does it work for the F570? From what I'm told, yes, it does. We do also have the rolls. We have the 24-inch rolls on our site. It is the tacky paper. However, I got misinformation on the size of the core. And so when I brought it from our vendor, like for our manufacturer, I had it was like 100 meters. But once you convert it, that's 328 feet. It's actually supposed to be 100 feet for the F570 because that's the size that it can fit inside that well. So if you get our 24-inch rolls, you will have to kind of like cut sheets down. Or if you get another core, you can re-roll it onto, like if you already had a core, like your old Epson core, you can take it, put it on there, roll that onto, like roll half of it onto that core so that it can actually fit, but it is too big. Our reorder, all the other ones will remain at 328 feet. The 24-inch will go down to 100 feet for the 24-inch one. So you're not, it's going to, of course, the price will also change as well, but we won't have the 300 feet for the 24 because it's kind of pointless because it does not sit on that roller properly. I have brought the paper and I love it. Thank you so much. How do you become a member? You go to our Academy site. So actually you can do it from both sites, but you can go directly to our Academy site to find out information about, so to get all the information about the Academy, so and like the memberships, the cost of them and all that kind of good jazz. So that's academy.silaholics.anonymous.com. But if you go directly to our website, if you want to break your enrollment payment up, you can do that because we have a firm, so you can break it up in 4 payments. So if you want to do the doctorate, which is, it teaches you Silhouette Studio, it teaches you graphic design via Silhouette Studio, and we also have sessions to help you understand how to, work your craft business. So you get access to my Shopify class. We're going to have some live sessions dedicated to Shopify, understanding your themes and stuff like that, how to kind of use it. So I help you on the business side, not necessarily like setting up like your LLC, your business credit. Like it's not business coaching, but we have discussions about, your we do a session called Profit by the Numbers. We do a business strategy session. We've talked about logos and kind of brainstormed on that. Having sessions about packaging, all those things that, like those little things outside of like the LLC and the business credit and all of that. So we have business strategy. What are you doing to market yourself? Helping you to understand who is your core demographic, who are you marketing to, understand your wording and stuff like that. So we have business strategy sessions. We have the profit by the numbers sessions. We're going to have Shopify sessions and stuff like that. So you get everything to learn how to use Silhouette Studio efficiently and like a pro. And then you also get the business side of it. So that's $150 enrollment. And then there's a monthly fee for it. And there's other ones too. So there's the Doctorate of Creative Business, the Masters of Silhouette Design, Silhouette Studio Engineering, Bachelors of Silhouette Science. So you have access to all of that. So Academy, or you can go to the shop site and you can do 4 payments. All right, so let me go back. Home. It used to tell you. Why is it not telling me how much it is? So yeah, 4 payments of $37.50. I don't know why it wasn't saying it before, but bam, that's that. And let's see. Which class is better, class or membership? So a quick rundown of what they are. The Bachelor's of Silhouette Science is what we call the how. So which I have to upload some stuff. It's been really hectic. I know I owe y'all some videos. Graduation season, I've constantly said it, is always very busy. Even when I did not advertise, not one day, graduation season was still busy as crap for me. But it is slowing down. So I'm going to get these videos uploaded. So the Bachelor's of Silhouette Science is what we call the how. And what that means is I am going through 6 years of designs. And my followers, affectionately called it, there was like, that's a whole vault of designs. So it's called the Professor's Design Vault. And I go through these designs and really show you about design. You can learn the program and learn what tools do, but how to put them together for designs. So almost everything that I've designed, from very, very simple things to more complex, it allows you to see how tools work together. When would you use trace or trace and detach? When would you use subtract and different things like that? And I break it down, and it's just the how. You don't get anything with it. You get the videos, you watch it, you have to follow along at your own pace. It's just the how. How is it done? But it is videos that are very detailed. They're slowed down. They're step by step. The Masters of Studio Design Engineering. It's for those who want to learn graphic design via a gateway program such as Silhouette Studio. So with that, you get access to the Design Vault, but you also have additional classes, and you'll get the practice assignments, or you'll get versions of those files. That way you can follow step by step. We also have live via Zoom study sessions. So once a certain assignments drop, we'll pick 1 or 2 of those assignments and we go over them live. Now, there was an issue. So for those who go on there now, you'll see there is no thumbnail for it. All that stuff got deleted. I have no idea what's going on with that. And the videos that I had for like the extended videos for the essentials, they were too long. There was an update for Windows last week. Now my editing software does not work. I cannot break those down. So the live study sessions, I'm just going to re-record. Oh my God, I don't want to re-record those. But I'm just going to re-record those live with you guys because, whenever I record live, I hit pause recording, stop recording, all that kind of good jazz. And so I'm going to probably end up doing those if my software doesn't get fixed so that I can edit it. It told me that 3 videos were too big and I can't break them down, so they're not on there just yet. But with that one, it is about learning the why. So it's really learning about graphic design, so you feel like you're not limited. You're limitless in how you design. You'll be able to look at something the same way. Like people show me stuff and they're like, "Oh, Shaki, I can't figure this out." I look at it. Okay, you need to do X, Y, and Z. Like that is the goal of the Masters of Studio Design Engineering. Like you will be an engineer of Silhouette Studio. You're going to know graphic design techniques, and you can take those to the next graphic design program because you will outgrow Silhouette Studio eventually and you'll want to maybe try Photoshop. But because you know those techniques and understand how graphic design works, it's going to make it an easier transition into the illustrators, Corel Draws, Photoshops, Affinity Designer, Affinity Photo, and things like that. And then the Doctorate of Creative Business is basically the master. So you get access to all of those same why. So that's the why of graphic designing, but you also get the business help and support as well. It's not business coaching. It is support. We have strategy sessions. If you guys get in that session and you don't ask questions, you're not trying to, get the answers that you need. Hey, you are wasting your monthly fee if you're kind of getting, I know every time you won't have questions, but if those who are involved and everyone is being quiet, you guys are wasting your money. I run business a certain way. What works for me may not work for you. It is for us to brainstorm. It is not personal, like business coaching. People pay a whole lot for that. We have business strategy sessions, and it's more about support. We share what works, what doesn't work, brainstorm on things, help with someone with their logo, the last session, which I'm uploading those as well. So you do get access to those business strategy sessions and the profit by the numbers. The new schedule will go out. I was supposed to have a class on Saturday, but I had a friend that passed on my birthday, unfortunately, and her service is on Saturday. I'm going to be a wreck, so I'm not even going to try to do a class that day. So we will resume live classes on Tuesday. The schedule will be out tomorrow after I do these yard signs, these 2 tumblers and 2 mugs. The schedule will be up. No. So, not everything is pre-recorded. So my lessons are pre-recorded. If you are in the master's or doctorate, you do have access to like it's included. Those live study sessions are included to go over. We reviewed, I'm not sure if any of my students are on here right now. We went through the memorial design with the wings. And so I make sure we don't walk away. There's some people who are like, oh, I'm not quite I'm there, but I'm not quite. Mine doesn't look like that. No. That doesn't fly. Go ahead and share your screen. So they shared their screen. We figured out exactly what was wrong with it. If somebody else had an issue. So in those live study sessions, you're not left to your own vices. Hey, share your screen with us. Let's help you figure it out. And any of my students can attest to that I have you share your screen and I walk you through whatever issue you are having. So I can't of course, do everyone, but normally when one person has an issue, someone else may be experiencing that. So by that person being brave enough and, them sharing their screen, it does help others. So there are pre-recorded, it's pre-recorded for you to follow at your own pace, but we come together and we do have study sessions. Now that's only for those who are in master's or doctorate. Bachelors, you don't get those live study sessions because all you are signing up for is the how, not the why. The why is where you get the live help. Yes. So the doctorate includes everything in master's, but you get the added bonus of the business help. When it comes to websites, I can only help when it comes to Shopify. I don't use Wix or GoDaddy or WooCommerce or any of those. So when I'm talking about websites and we're talking about SEOs and all of that, it is more so from a Shopify standpoint, but you can apply those same things to other sites. So we're going to have our website session coming up this month as well. So how does the monthly Facebook, I made a whole post where you guys were supposed to stop your payments for that. But if you're wanting that one, oh, you know what? I did forget to put, no, I think I put it on there. I converted everyone over to the Academy site. I made that. I feel really bad because now all this is on the end of this video. People are going to think that it was 2 hours to make this hat because now I'm answering other questions, but it's okay. When it comes to those who are on Facebook, like supporters, I made a post. I went live several times, said to cancel that. It won't let me cancel it. I want to stop that one. It's really hard for people to find the lives and find the stuff on there, find the discount codes. It was just a hot mess. But thank you for saying that because I do need to go on there and update it. So I told everyone to create an account on the Academy site. You guys have your own community and you will have access to the business strategy sessions, like live sessions, you won't have access to the silhouette stuff because that was never for silhouette help. So you have access to the business strategy sessions, the profit by the numbers. You still got access to the pricing calculator and all of that. You just don't. So your monthly payment would be just for those sessions. You don't get access to Masters of Design Engineering. She says, yes, you take time for each of us. I recommend that you guys go to the site and just read up on all the information, what all is included. If you're in doctorate, your discount code for Honestly Speaking products has been put into the community tab. Join and learn to design and build your business. Shakia takes time and walks everyone through it everyone through it with everyone. Yes. So basically, it's better to pay for the doctor because you get everything, how, why, and everything else. Correct. Well, we look forward to, like, I was trying to find my calendar. Jesus, where is my calendar? Oh, here it is. So I'll tell you guys right now. Hold on. And I'll even share with y'all my calendar. Oh, so I did move it to Friday. I thought so. So I have to definitely put that out because there is one on Friday. I end up having to change this one because no, it's for tomorrow. It's 12 noon, but I'm going to end up moving this one. We didn't have profit by, oh wait, you guys can't see that. We didn't have profit by the numbers last month because my birthday, then I got a horrible migraine. But tomorrow at 12 noon was supposed to be profit by the numbers, but I have to finish these things, so I'm going to have to move this one. But Friday at 8:30 is the business strategy session. Next week, Tuesday on the 14th at 11 a.m. So with the study sessions, because everyone has different schedules, I do an AM session and a PM session on different days. So the AM sessions are on Mondays. The PM sessions are on Thursdays. So 11 a.m. Monday is a study session. 7 p.m. on Thursday is a study session. 11 a.m. is a business strategy on the 21st. The 23rd at 12 noon is profit by the numbers for shirts. This one is for event decor. I'm going to see if I can try and squeeze that in on Thursday, since technically it's the last day of school for MJ. He can wrangle Zion Imani. I'm going to try and reschedule this one for Thursday. Then we have profit by the numbers on the 23rd, 7 p.m. study session on the 24th. No, I'm sorry. The 23rd is Shopify. This is Shopify. The 23rd is Shopify. That clearly says Shopify. Profit by the numbers is on the 26th for shirts. There's a study session on the 28th, and then a business strategy on July 2nd. So I do have the schedule out. I just have to type it all up and put it out there for you guys. But so just want you guys to see my calendar. It is on here, but it is coming. So if you are a member, know that there are a lot of sessions coming up. And also in here before Father's Day, I'm going to schedule. So I'll probably end up doing that. That's here. I'll probably end up doing that on Tuesday or Wednesday. The live class for the toppers for print and cut and all of that. So either Tuesday or Wednesday is when I will schedule that one. I know it doesn't give you much time before Father's Day, like to sell, but you can do it and practice for like your own personal ones. But yeah, either the 15th or the 16th, or I might be able to do it Monday as an evening class. But I will let you guys know by Friday. So the extended class for this will either be the 14th, 15th, or 16th, one of those. days. I have to also get with the team to see if they are busy because my moderators for my classes, I have to check with them also. But yeah, the schedule will be up soon. They are scheduled out. I'm on there. Are you on the Academy site or the shop site? You can only split your payment up on the shop site. You cannot do it from the Academy site. You have to go to shop.silaholics.anonymous.com to break up your payment. You can't do it from the Academy site. She says, yes, since COVID hit, I've been taking all her classes and learning so much. I'm starting to feel like a pro. No, I didn't go over what the monthly fees are, but because I said, it's best if you go to the website to see, but I'll let you know. Bachelor's is 15, master's is, okay, I told a bit that bib. Bachelor's is 15. Master's is 50, and doctorate is hold on. Now I will say this, there is a video, the very, very first video. They know, like, the monthly payment is $75 for doctorate. I'm just going to put it like that. But when you watch the first video from the first session, I explained some things, but you go into it. If you're wanting it, it's $75 for the doctorate, because again, this is about business. You gotta spend money to make money. And the master's is 50. The bachelor's is 15 to 25. One of those. I forget off the top of my head. Bachelor's is 15, because that's just the how. Heck no, that's a recollections planner from who them people call Michaels. Oh heck no, I'm not making no planners. That is team too much. It's certain things. So that's the thing. As crafters, we feel like we can make everything ourselves. No ma'am, no ham. They did a really good job of putting this nice, beautiful planner together, and I gave them, and I'm going to use their planner. I am not making a planner. You see all this paper? Show. I'm sorry. This would be team too much and take up too much time, and I could just hand them $25, $30 for a planner. I am not making a planner. No thanks. All right, y'all, I'm going to hop off of here. I've been on here 2 hours. I really don't want. So, yes, Charmaine, there will need to be a timestamp, my love, because people are going to think it's 2 hours to do this. And we have been done for a while, but I was answering questions. So we definitely will need the timestamp. Okay. All right. So again, thank you guys so very much. Hopefully it was informative for you guys. Oh, see, you all almost made me forget. I want to put it on the live. Hold on 1 second. Let me get the link for the tips. No one bothered to remind me about the tips. Let me go and get that for you. Hold on. I'm getting the link for the tips. That's not the one. Those are just the, I mean, I guess you guys like, because you may not, well, I like the plastic tips, so I'm not even gonna, I like the plastic tips. So here it is. Hold on. Oh, come on. Okay. So she said, help is taking me to the academy. All right, let's go over here. So when you go here and let's say you want to do this one, you add it to your cart and it should be here. And then you're going to go and you're going to check out and you should be doing everything here as far as checking out. You don't click on it. So if you go to the home and you click on Academy, or if you click on Academy here, yes, it's going to take you to the Academy site. You click on the actual one here and add it to your cart and pay for it from here. Don't click on this one because that just takes you to all of my classes, or like here, just takes you to the direct site. So if you ever can't remember, you can always come back here to get to the direct site. But set up your monthly payments, you add to cart from here. No, I didn't remove the template from the site. Let's see. Copy, let's see. It should be in, so if you go here to view all, it should be here, view more. But I put the direct link. Where are you? Okay, yeah, this is definitely going in the, oh, there it is right there. It's literally the last one over there, but I'm going to put the direct link right there. But the precision tips are there, and then that's the one directly to the template. And then the Barely Art glue, I'll post that one again. Here's the one for the Barely Art glue. All right. All right, y'all. I am for real out of here this time. Thank you guys so very much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. Don't forget to like, share, come back, leave a comment. That helps with engagement. Give this video a thumbs up. Hit the share button, share it with a friend, go into a group. You see people struggling about these hats, share this video with them. Let them know that it says 2 hours, but there was a Q&A at the end because my darn tutorials always turn into a full-on Q&A session. But my girl Charmaine definitely she will have the timestamp so they'll know that it's more of a Q&A at the end. And the tutorial part is the meat and potatoes in the middle. But refer a friend, tag a friend, and I shall talk to you guys later. Thank you so very much for joining me. Until next time, guys, have a great one and be incredible. Peace.